In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to visualize what you want, get it every single time by visualizing in a way that creates a full pineal gland activation. The first thing that is very important is to start with real things when you're visualizing. And what I mean by that is don't try to visualize something that's a dream that feels kind of maybe impossible, right? Don't start there, because if you have no belief or no faith at all that it'll come, it's really hard to even visualize it. It's really hard to even see it in your mind's eye to begin with. Right? The whole idea of your third eye is that it is a spiritual eye to see the invisible. But it's hard to use your third eye if you can't even see anything at all. So this is just like a little remote. I could stare at this remote, look at all these little buttons on it. I'd stare at it and close my eyes and practice seeing it. Or I'd take my hand and the lines on my hand and stuff like that. The calluses, like whatever's on your hand. Look at it right in front of your face and close your eyes and practice seeing it. A lot of people say they can't visualize, but the only reason they can't visualize is they haven't started with real things. This isn't something you need to do for hours a day, just very simply to, first of all, break the conditioning where you believe you can't visualize. And second of all, this starts to activate your third eye. So then it gets easier to start to see the invisible, because once you can do this and see it with your eyes closed and stuff like that, you've started to open the blinds, essentially. You've started to activate that muscle. So once you do that, that's when these next steps become very important. And this is exactly how I visualize and how I've visualized for like 12 years. Number 2 is real pictures. So now once you have a little bit of practice looking at your hands or whatever, a cup, it could be anything, then go to real pictures. So this would be pictures of things that you want. So things that you don't have that you want. For example, I would go to Google Images and I'd print out something that I wanted. Let's say I wanted a new house, I wanted a new car, I wanted to meet my soulmate, I wanted to have a family, I wanted a house in the mountains, I wanted to go on a yoga retreat, I wanted whatever, right? So find the things that you want, print them out off Google Images, and then once you print them out, you can put them on your wall. But what's more important than it being a vision board or whatever is the same exercise you do in step number 1, where you are practicing looking at a real object. Now you're going to do it with the things that you desire. So then you're not closing your eyes and then like blindly trying to visualize, but you have a hard time visualizing. Instead, you're skipping that first step and you're already looking at it. So right in front of my face is the picture of the house I want, the job I want, the soulmate I want, the body I want, the mountain home I want, the yoga retreat, the family I want, whatever it is. I look at it until I can see it very clear, just like I would look at my hand. And that's when I close my eyes. Now, once I close my eyes, I'm practicing seeing those pictures that I printed out. That brings us into step number 3, which is real emotions. So when I step into that picture of something I printed out, let's say that I was walking into my dream house. Let's say that I was walking into my home and instead of being alone, now I'm walking in and my soulmate's there and my beautiful family's there, whatever it is. You want to practice the emotions of it. And the way that you do that is by hearing voices, by recalling on real past memories. This is super important that you combine this with success hypnosis. I have a free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and it's in the description right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. So you can get that for free right there down below. It's pinned to the comments and in the description. You only have to listen to it for a few minutes a day while you're doing this, but you just move it through a checklist. Simple checklist is like, first, can I see some real objects? All right. I can still see my calluses, or I could still see the lines on my hand. All right, I'm starting to get the hang of being able to see with my eyes closed. That moves me into step number 2. And step number 2 was to practice with real pictures. I print the pictures of what I want off Google Images or what have you. Then I practice going one by one on each image, looking at it, closing my eyes, seeing it, and move to the next one. Then step number 3 is practicing it all through real emotion. For example, one of the ways that I would do this is when I had no success at all on YouTube. Like, I don't know, I was getting maybe 10 views, 20 views on videos. And, I had 1,000 subscribers or whatever it was. And I would imagine my YouTube channel going viral in a specific scenario of sitting down at the computer, I refresh a browser, and then all of a sudden, holy cow, the channel randomly went viral, and I can hear the emotion. The emotion is me running to go tell my wife at the time, my girlfriend, that my channel went viral. Ashley, oh my gosh, my channel went viral. And she's like, Jake, yeah! Like, that's real emotion, right? So you want to use your pictures that you printed out to tell a story that's vivid enough that you can imagine hearing the voices and seeing it and feeling it, because the emotion is how you activate the cells in your brain. It's how you activate regions in your brain, and it's how you activate your pineal gland, which is an area in your brain that allows you to start to see the invisible. And once you see the invisible, but you couple it with real emotion, that is the mechanism that starts to create reality for you. And that's when it starts to get exciting. Now, step number 4 is daily repetition. It's constant spaced repetition. It's doing the same thing every single day, but not through a routine where you're just going through it and doing it. The only way that your visualizations will work is if when you get up from the chair, you feel different than when you sat down. So if you feel the same as when you sat down, that means you just went through the motions. And if you just go through the motions, then you didn't activate the emotions. And if you don't activate the emotions, you can't create a new reality, because if you're thinking and feeling at the same level as your current reality, you can't create a new one, because your thinking and feeling in your mind and your energy is all controlled by your 5 senses. So constant spaced repetition is doing the same thing every single day over and over, and that's what activates new cells in your brain. That's what reprograms your subconscious mind, and that's what shifts your point of attraction. So my rule of thumb is just every day, irrespective of the time length. So it's not something big where it's like, it needs to be for 25 minutes and it's going to be 30 and 60 minutes. Just 2 minutes a day. And if you crush that and you have some extra time, maybe one day it turns into 5 or 10 or 15. And the other day you don't have much time, so it's 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So what I invite you to do is download my free success hypnosis. About 1 million people from all over the world have used it. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's free. It's my gift to you. All I do is just ask that you share your success story, the awesome things that come in your life. Like, literally 1 million people have used it. I always get these awesome stories. And the protocol is very simple. It's turn it on, practice seeing real things. So you start to activate that inner eye muscle. Then print the pictures, then practice feeling the real emotions. And when you do this every day, you will see amazing things happen in your life very, very quickly. So, wishing you a beautiful day. Thanks for watching today's video. You can click here to watch the next video, and get my free success hypnosis right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com. Hit the subscribe and bell notification to get notified for new videos. Thanks for watching. Go like this. Wishing you a great day. See you on the next one.